Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Shaliwa Dosumo. I'm the CEO, founder of Mirror House Concept. And we have the project we're working on right now that is titled Losing My Religion, or you can say Losing Your Religion. So just stand by and I'll introduce you to my guest today. So my sister, my beautiful, beautiful, lovely sister, she can introduce herself. Thank you. Myself already, so I'm just going to let you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
My name's Abiola Do Adebule. I live in Paris, France. I'm a Nigerian and a Yoruba.
It's so good to have you today.
Thank you so much.
Uh, I'm so honored that when we spoke, we actually we had a lot to discuss concerning losing your religion and growing up in a Christian home with African parents. And
Yes.
you told me a lot of your story yesterday, and I was so excited. So I'll just let you tell us a little bit about your background regarding Christianity, the church you went to as a kid, and a little bit of history about your family background regarding religion and all that.
Thank you so much once again. Like I said to you yesterday, I was born into a Christian family, and my family is a mixture of the Christian and the Muslim. But I am opportune to come from the Christian side. And being a Christian from Bath or coming from a Christian family, it's been so awesome. It's been so lovely. And I can say that coming from a Christian home has made me who I am today and has really done so good for me.
Okay. Um,
Um, my family background were eight,
okay.
four boys and four girls.
Wow.
I'm the fifth of the family. And like I said to you yesterday, my father is late. He was once a commissioner of police, retired, but he's late now. I lost my father 37 years ago.
Wow.
I still have my mother alive. To God be the glory for that. And I have two wonderful boys. Glory be to God.
Okay. 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 So my first question is, I'm just gonna ask you, like, when you were young, what are the things that inspired you to go to church? Besides the fact that mommy says let's go, what are those things that you think of and you're like, okay, it's not so bad to go to church. Why not?
Okay. The first thing that I would say actually made me to always want to go to church with my mom then, I love to dance.
Mm,
I always liked to hold my bum when I was very, very small. And I know then that when I was growing up, my mother or my parents would say to me, "Oh, you always want to you say to people you want to become a prostitute," you know, because of my
Dancer.
bum then. And because in church that I attend then is CNS church, and a CNS church is more of dancing and clapping,
Mm,
and that you know every Sundays I really want to be in church because I really want to dance. I don't know what so many things was really about in the Bible, but that dancing aspect always get to me. So I really want to dance. I really want to sing. And when you're growing up, and you have this new clothes you want to wear, you want your friends to see, I have this new shoe, I have this new clothes. All those things come together,
mm,
really made me, without, forcing me, I need to be in church. To
mm,
exhibit my dance step, my new shoes, my new clothes, all those things actually inspired me that I needed to be in church.
mm. Oh, great. Okay.
Thank you.
just to run a little bit of background, which I was supposed to do in the beginning, it's just what we're talking about concerning losing your religion. I want to leave it as using your religion is um, a lot of kids grew up in a church. They grew up in a church environment where, like in your case too, they go to church all the time. A lot of kids they grew up the Muslims go to mosque all the time. Even they go to something we call in Nigeria, they call Ile, where it's like a school, like an Arabic school they go to learn Arabic and all that. And some go to church all the time too. And even the Buddhists, they do their practice constantly. And the traditional African, I don't want to say, I don't want to classify it as voodoo, but the traditional African religion, I'll call it that. The traditional African religion, they do that too. But when it gets to a certain time, when we get of age, when we grow up and we come of age, we change our religion. We want to do something else. Some don't go to church anymore. Some don't go to mosque anymore. Some also, sometimes we even cross over. We cross over and do something else, go into a different religion. So I'm talking to you today because yes, you grew up in a Christian home and you held on to your religion. So I have a question also to ask you that growing up, what are the things that sometimes discourage you from wanting to go to church? Like, I don't want to be there today. Do you ever have that moment?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me pick it from the top. So many people, when growing up or when they're older enough, they tend to shy away from their religion, maybe a Christian, a Muslim, or what have you, just like you said. In that aspect, I think it has to do with your environment and the kind of peer group you're, pulling with. So most times the society tends to make you change from who you are to another person entirely. Some people are born into a Christian family, like I was born to a Christian family, and maybe because my friend is doing well, and I think being a Muslim, she's doing better off than I am. Yeah, then I want to become a Muslim. And at times, the influence we have on the social media now is a lot more.
Mm.
I can remember, I might be wrong, but I think when I was growing up, like I said, I'm mixed, but I happen to, grow in from the Christian side of it. My grandmother, she's a Muslim, and people around me that comes to my house that I see then were like Muslims. And then these so-called Alajas, then most of them are fair in complexion.
Mm.
I remember so well that they use this soap, different kind of soap, because I have an aunt then, she's an Alaja, and most of our friends to the Alaja, they want to look fair. So most people want to go to Hajj, not because they want to be a Muslim, but because they're being influenced by maybe the skin of the person, the teeth, the sabaka on the head, and they just want to feel among. Some people believe that that title Alaja is something so strong that you need to attach him to it. Now, I'm sure some of them will know the meaning of Alaja and Alaji. It actually is not something strong. It's just like a sojourner. It's nothing. But some people want to have that title in front of their name. They want to be called Alaja.
Mm.
And before you can become an Alaja, that means you have to go to Mecca.
Mm.
And if you don't go to Mecca, then you can't become an Alaja. So at times it's just the name, the peer group, the society we live in is making you to change from one religion to another. Then some people, maybe while they were growing up, they'll have this kind of challenge, maybe marital challenge. Maybe they can't, have a child, and you need to go to your friend that is a Muslim, and she said, let's go to my imam. My imam can, pray, intercede for you with prayers, and within 1 month, within 1 year, I can assure you, you would have the right man, you would have you have children. And if peradventure that person happens to go with you or with a friend to the imam's place, and the unto or whatever is being mixed together and you're being given, you know,
Mm.
the belief is that, yes, it's this imam that I came to the mosque, you know, to see, has helped me with their prayers. And before you say Jack Robinson, the person wants to become a Muslim, not knowing that it's not that mixture the man has given you that has helped you to have a man as a husband or to make you become a mother. It's not, because everything in life is all about timing. It's all about timing. And in my own personal experience, yes, there are times that I said to myself, I don't want to go to church anymore, because I had a challenge that was beyond my power. It really hits me below the belt. And I said to myself, I pray regularly, I fast, there's certain things that I look and I say, I mean, yeah, I'm not a perfect person. Yeah, I'm not. I have my own, sides too, but at least I can say to myself that there are things I know some people are doing, but I am not permitted to do it. It's a self-conviction within myself. So when I was passing through those hurdles, I asked myself, why? God, what have I really done wrong that, that these things are not falling in place for me? I remembered when I was a little bit younger and I was like, I needed to get married. And the man was not for me. If I have a man today, before a year, it's over. And I've, gone for prayers, deliverance here and there, and no marriage. It got to a point when anybody tells me, if you go to this pastor, they'll pray for you, they'll do this, they'll do that. I said, no, all these things are just bollocks. It's all bollocks. Just let the pastors stay where they belong and let me stay where I belong. If genuinely God wants me to have a man, he will surely give me somebody, and that was number one. But even at that, I was still, still pushing on to go to church until when I had another bad experience that I should have been saying this, but it's a gone issue now. I was actually locked up. I was in England and I was actually locked up for no crime, and the people I met in the correction center as at that time, they looked so high of me, because then I organized a small prayer group together. I'll tell them, you have to pray, you have to fast. And, some of them even come to me that I needed to write stories. And I did. And they were let go. But when it came to my turn, I was still held on. So I was like, oh yeah, what's happening? What is happening? At times I might be sleeping and somebody will just come and say, Biola, please, I need you to, I want you to please just cancel me. I want you to just, pray for me, and I will. And the next day I will just hear, oh, she's gone home. But I was just there. So I was like, what is this? So when I eventually came out, I said, even the day I had to go to court and I came back and I was told to go back to the center. Oh my, oh my. When I got back, I just said there, I said, no, there's no God. And I said to him, I said, God, if you know you are genuinely up there and you want to dare my own power, just come down. I'm going to beat the hell out of you. And that, demoralized me just like that. And I made up my mind for years that I would not go to church anymore. Then this self-conviction just came from nowhere and said, a battle you cannot fight alone. Why do you want to fight it? And the Spirit said to me that, okay, maybe where you were is for a reason. Do you know? And since that time, I have really held on to the story of Joseph in the Bible. He went through a lot of things, even though he was told he's going to achieve a lot of things in his life, but he was not told he was going to go through certain hardships. And then I realized that, okay, if I didn't go through this pain, I might not become who I am. I might not be able to identify my kind of person. I might not be able to help others that are falling, you know? So, and that alone brought me back again to my track.
Okay.
And I'm still standing as a Christian, and I don't think anything is going to fall me from being a Christian.
Okay. That's actually a very, very touching story. And I'm really, really, I'm honored that you're sharing this with me today. Also, I have another question regarding, besides church and Sunday school, do you have someone else that taught you about the Bible, about the Word of God, about reading the Bible, praying with the Bible, like general knowledge about the Bible? Do you have anybody outside of church that helped you with this, that kind of puts you, say, this is the way you should do it, this is the way you shouldn't do it?
Just like you said, aside from my home, that's my family, that we need to do morning devotions together, I will say to you, oh her, there was nobody, nobody at all.
Okay.
All I do, like I said to you earlier on, there's something called self-conviction. When you have that in you, individual differences, it depends on what you want to be, what you want to go, where you want to go to, or what you're thinking about. We're different in nature, and the way we reason, it's outrightly different. What is good for you might not be good for me.
Yeah.
And I'm a kind of a person, I'm a very blunt person, very, very blunt. And I can admire you for who you are, but I don't want to be who you are. That's me. I can say to you, oh, you're looking good, but I don't want to be who you are, because I am me. So when it comes to the Bible thing, nobody, I taught myself I needed to read the Bible. It's a conviction that came within me. And then I took it as a lesson for myself every day. Every day, I needed to pick up the Bible and read the Bible every day. And when I'm reading, I make sure that I get a particular thing to understand. And all I could understand while I read the Bible thing, there's something called love. There's something called faith. And there's something called forgiveness. So imagine these three things together within me. I realized that if I don't forgive somebody, it might be difficult for me to achieve anything in life. If I don't love somebody, I might not achieve anything good in life. And what do I mean by love? It's not this kind of love thing I'm talking about. It's not. You see, when you love, according to what the Bible has said, that love thy neighbor as thyself, believe you me, you will not want to think bad of your next person. You will not. So while I was reading the Bible, those three things were the things that I was able to pick in the Bible. And I try as much as possible. Yeah, I make mistakes. Yeah, because I'm human. I try as much as possible that I always guide my heart. At times when I'm seated somewhere and something bad is coming to my mind, immediately another spirit will tell me, if you try it, that prayer you're praying, you won't get the answer. So I try as much as possible that, okay, yeah. So if I love you, like the Bible has said, when you're rejoicing, I want to rejoice with you. You know, I mean, so I needed to love, because what I don't want you to do to me, I will not do it unto you. So because of that, I was able to go through. And I said to people that come to me and say, come, if you want to read your Bible, don't ask anybody to put you through. Just ask the Holy Spirit to put you through itself.
Okay.
That's the only thing that can help you out. Because when somebody puts you through the Bible, believe you me, they will manipulate you. They will manipulate you, because what suits them is what they will tell you, and put your brain towards that. I know what the Bible said to me, and I always say to people, it's just like you having a literature book. Who said it? To whom? Where? It's the same thing in the Bible. There's always an event before something. Before God says anything, something must have transpired. And after what God said, what happened? So most people that wants to put you through the Bible, they might not start from where, but the middle that suits them is what they will lay emphasis on. So I didn't allow anybody to put me through the Bible. I picked my Bible every day and I needed to read. So all I needed to do in the Bible is I needed to have a focus. I needed to make sure that I have a conviction within myself that there's God. And I needed to obey his rules and regulations. You can tell me that, oh, if you're wearing a pantaloon, if you're wearing trousers, it is a sin. Yeah, in the Bible it is a sin. What made it to be a sin? What happened? Okay, at the moment where you reside, can you put on a normal miniskirt? No, you can't.
So that we won't get I have a question. I want to hold on to something you said earlier about when you decided that, okay, I'm done with church, I'm not going to church anymore. Your self-conviction was what inspired you to go back and decide, you know what, I can't do this by myself. I have another question that I want to ask, that, okay, when it comes to, because Christianity has a lot of denominations, right? So when it comes to picking your denomination, like, this is the church I want to belong to, is that influenced by your parents, or is it the same church you were born into, you grew up into, that you're still in, or at some point did you go to a different church? Did you switch?
Well, I was born into an Anglican church.
Okay.
So by birth, I'm an Anglican.
Okay.
And while I was growing up, I mixed up myself with the CNS, Cherubim and Seraphim. I will tell you, I joined the Cherubim and Seraphim when I was age 8.
Okay.
My father did not have any bias mind about that.
Okay.
My father was a kind of a man that you needed to, what he believes in is not your own belief. And my kind of family is not too, they're not so picky that you need to go to that church or don't go to that church. If you want to be a Muslim, so be it.
Okay.
It's allowed. But I decided to go to CNS church. Like I said to you, I love to dance.
Okay.
I really, really love to dance. Up till now, I love to dance. And that dancing, made me to grow to go to the CNS church. And in the CNS church, I can't leave CNS. Reason being that when I can't remember the age, maybe 8, maybe 9, I can't remember. Every year, my birthday, when they are saying happy birthday, the door to my house is being knocked on because somebody is coming to announce to my dad that somebody is dead in my father's family. And it's every year. And that became like a comedy in my house. So when it's October, you hear them, Biola, who is going next month? As small as I was, I don't really understand so much, but something just said to me, you can reverse this.
Mm.
And I said to God, innocently,
Mm.
God, I don't want them to die on my birthday. They
Mm.
can die before, they can die after.
Mm.
On my birthday, I don't want it. And
Mm.
if you risk this for me, this white garment, I would not pull it off.
Okay, so
And believe me,
you go to a
till
white
today,
garment church. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And you see, there was a time that when I was in England and I was living outside London, there was no white garment church outside, except when I get to London.
Yeah.
Something said to me, you will not make headways if you don't go back to the white garment church.
Mm.
I remembered vividly. Yeah. And I had to call a friend that lives in London. I said, Doyi, please, do you know any CNS in London?
Mm.
She now said, Biola, you're living 4 hours
Outside
off
London.
London. How do you want to do it? I said, no, I need to get to that CNS church and put on my white garment because it is something said and I must not lose it. So you know, it is so funny. By the time I get to church, they have finished the service.
Oh wow.
So, but I will still make sure the white garment is on me, and I'll just have to, make a bow and say, God, thank you. And I'll go back home.
Mm. Mm.
So even when I made up my mind that I wasn't going to go to church anymore because of the things I went through, my mind was not settled.
Mm.
My mind was not settled.
Mm.
And that thing at times will just say, hey, go and wear your prayer dress now.
Mm.
Wear your prayer dress.
Mm.
And you see, like I said, that in the Bible, I read there that it's better for you not to make a covenant
Yeah. At
at
all.
all.
And to
But
break.
making the covenant and thinking there's a shortcut. There's no
Mm.
shortcut.
Mm.
So even when I said I wasn't going to see to any church anymore, my own mother tried severally then, okay, go to CAC. I said, no, I will not go to CAC.
Mm.
No, I will not.
Mm.
I will not go to CAC. If
Mm.
there's anywhere I would rather go to, I will go to the mosque. She now said to me, why? I said, because in the mosque, they'll always wear a white garment. Anything that will not make me wear the white garment,
Mm.
I will not take it.
Mm.
So the self-conviction was always there for me that I needed to do this. And you see, the kind of church you attend to and the kind of people, the kind of gathering at times
Mm.
surely have an influence on who you are and what you want to do.
Mm.
Some people I have seen so many white churches that is just useless.
Mm.
But the ones I have attended in my own life, I am over 50 now. I have only gone to 2, and those 2 I have attended in my life. Believe you me, I will tell you, they have so much impacted the fear of God in me.
So,
Seriously.
so if I want to ask you, like, who is the model of Christ in your life? Like, growing up, who do you see as a model of Christ? Like, I like that character. Let me swing towards that.
Say show. Say show. When I say show, that's tight.
Mm.
I can't say my mom. I love my mom.
Mm.
She's a good mother,
Mm.
the best mom anybody could want to
Mm.
have. But don't forget, I was not there when she was growing up.
Yes.
So I don't know what she would have done while she was growing up.
No, I mean
I only knew her when I grew up and I said, that's my mom.
no, I mean when you grew, when you were growing up
Yeah.
as a kid and when you were growing up.
As a kid, when I was growing up, was there somebody that had that Christ-like in him or her? When I was growing up, even though I was going to church, you will not believe that. My grandmother, I said earlier, was a Muslim. So I always want to pray the way she's praying.
Mm.
And from her, I was able to learn the Fatiha and the use of the Tesubih. That's a rosary.
Mm.
Yeah. And to be sincere with you, I don't think there's anybody that I see that has the Christ-like in him or her. That's no.
Oh, okay.
I'm being sincere.
No, that's what I really want. I want the sincerity and the transparency to like this is me.
No.
That's
There was none. There was none.
Growing up, do you feel like you fit a lot better within the church environment or in the world in the secular world? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think I'm much more comfortable when I'm in church.
Okay.
I'm
What
100% much comfortable when I'm in church. 100%.
Okay. Have you ever looked back and have any regrets, even regarding the covenant you made, regarding wearing the white garment regarding not taking off the white garment? Do you have any regrets concerning that covenant? Like, why did I even?
No, I haven't a bit. And that alone is still telling me there's Christ.
That's good.
Because if he can do it then and answered my prayers then definitely, if there's anything I'm asking now and it's been delayed, I need to search myself. Yeah.
If you wanna,
I don't have any regrets being a CNS person. No, I don't have. No, I don't.
If you wanna advise, if you can talk to your 10-year-old self, like you have the opportunity to talk to your 10-year-old self now, what would you say to your 10-year-old self? Or even if you can talk to that yourself that the time you got tired and say, I'm not doing this anymore, what would you say to that person?
That was the greatest mistake I ever made. That I was tired of Christ. That was a very big mistake. A very, very big mistake. And if I would say to myself, then 10 years, as a 10-year-old, I will just make myself to understand that the only person that can do anything for anybody without looking back is just Christ. Either you believe is existing or not. There's a place you came from. And definitely one day, somewhere, somehow, sometimes you got to go back. And it's clearly in the Bible. There's time to born, there's time to die, there's time to make merry, there's time to dance, there's time to laugh, there's time to cry. So there's time for everything.
So when growing up, there's no time you ever regret going to church with your parents, like, oh, or when they say, okay, let's go, you're like, oh, you don't want to go to
At times, I won't say it was regret. I won't say it was regret. It was not regret, but annoyance.
No, looking back.
You know, at times as children, we always want to have things done our ways at times when we're as children. And meaning that maybe you have to eat in the mornings. And my mother, after my father died, she left everything she had in her for Christ. Everything. And she would always compel you must fast. You go to church in the mornings. And that always pisses me off. Yeah, like you must fast before you go to church. So, and you know, because of the church we were attending, it's a CNS church, they would dance and dance and dance and dance. Hey, and you will not eat until you come back home. So that thing at times they give me a blame in my head. Hey, this true man, let us eat now before we go to this church now. And she will say no. And my mother, she's so strict. If she slap you, bagam, you'll be counting stars in the skies. So at times when I'm in a good mood and we needed to go to church, I don't feel like, because I know she will beat me again, I will not eat, you know. But I've passed that stage now, and I think, well, it's part of training then.
So I like to advise and say, if whatever it is, whatever religion you find yourself, if it is working for you, if you're a Christian and it's working for you, hold on to Christ. If you're a Muslim and it's working for you, hold on to your religion. If you're Buddhist, if you're the African, Nigerian traditional, I don't know if they do practice that also outside of Nigeria. So I talk about what I know.
Oh yes, they do.
Traditional. If that's what you believe in, hold on to it. If you're a Buddhist, hold on to it. I wanted to just, in a few, just few words, just encourage someone, because there's always someone out there looking for hope. They don't know what they're looking for, and they have this emptiness, this void that they keep searching around to say, what can fill this void? Or they've been hurt in church before and say, that's it, I'm done. If you have the opportunity to advise them, what will you say to them today?
First and foremost, I would like to tell whoever is watching me or will be watching me or would have the opportunity to listen to me that if you realize that you're human, remember the number one thing, that we're all human, and definitely we're bound to offend or annoy one another. If you remember I'm human, then there's every possibility that I will disappoint you, because I am not a perfect person. I am not. And number two, if you think all you can do is to always moan, nag, and keep grudges, you are not helping your own yourself. You are not. Health-wise, it's zero. So you need to let go. You need to be free. Free your head. Just look around you. There's always a reason you need to smile. If you look around you, there's always something that will make you smile. There's something that will make you laugh. Just look at yourself. Okay, I can see that bird. I have legs, I can wear my shoes. I have my two hands, I can wheel the bicycle. Then look across you. There's somebody there. He's blind. Look behind you. Count how many times you've gone to the hospital. All those things in your head will make you realize that you don't need to keep grudge with anybody. You just need to be yourself and live your life. Don't believe in your mom. Don't believe in your dad. Don't believe in your... I am not saying don't believe like that, but remember, they are flesh, they are human. There's possibility they will default to you at the particular time. There are times you want something, you think the answer should be yes. They'll tell you it is no. And that will make you weak. But place your mind that, oh, Biola, she's human. When she's meant to say yes, she might say no. Just free your head. Go through the Bible. Even if you don't read the Bible, in your own short time you've been alive, you should realize that you saw somebody yesterday and today that person is no more. And definitely, it's going to be my turn. It's going to be your turn.
Yeah.
So if you know that, the only thing you can depend your life on is just rest it all onto God. I was saying to you yesterday that in the Bible, Jesus Christ taught us to recite, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." But because we're human, we added our own part to it. Die by fire, die by fire. I am not saying don't kill by fire, but the soul you cannot create, and you are saying Holy Ghost fire, go and kill that person. Okay, ask yourself a very good question. Have you not annoyed somebody today unknowingly, and the person is holding that, against you? So you're saying because somebody has annoyed you, oh, Holy Ghost fire, kill him, kill her. That person you annoyed unknowingly too is saying the same to you.
I wish we have a lot of time to continue this. But I promise we're going to have to
Oh,
do this more of this. We're going to have to talk some more concerning this because you're very interesting, and I am very honored for you to be
thank you.
here with me today. And
Thank you
once
so,
again,
so much. Thank
thank
you
you
so, so
so much.
much,
Thank you
Kwambi. Thank
so
you so,
much.
so much.
Because this is it's time sensitive. So it's
Yes, it has
yeah.
a time
So
limit. Yeah, I know that.
I've been watching the time, and I promise you we're going to have to do this again and do more of this again. I am so honored to have you on
It's my
my
pleasure.
show today. You are an
Thank
amazing
you so
woman.
much.
You are an amazing woman of God, and I appreciate having you coming today, taking the time because I know
Thank
you
you so
work nights,
much.
like you told me, and I know you just got back from work. So I'm very honored that you took the time to speak today with me, and we have this discussion. But like I said, I promise you, we're going to do more of this. So
Thank you so, so much.
yeah. So once again, this is. Can you just say your name once again? Abiola, right?
My name is Abiola Idowu.
Adebile. Okay. Thank you so
I
much.
live in Paris, France. Nigerian.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's so nice having you here. And once again, my name is Shaliwa Dosumu, and we're rounding this off because it's because of the time, and we will be back next week.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you.